Hey, this is Brian Fallon, and you're listening to WSOU.
Hey guys, this is Erica for WSOU. I'm here with Brian Fallon at the House of Independence on Friday, February 3rd. One of two shows here in Asbury Park to sort of end the Painkillers tour, or?
I would say this is an intermission.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I did this as an intermission because I had done the Painkillers tour ended December 10th in Europe and in Copenhagen, and we were done. We didn't have anything else to do, and I said, let me see if I can do. I've never done a proper solo show. You know what I mean? Like, that wasn't for a friend or wasn't for somebody I knew.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, and it was always somewhere not at a venue. It would always be like a bar or a friend's place or something like that. I mean, I've done it in my venues, but I've never done one that is strictly not like a strict official. This is a show. I'm playing by myself. I'm gonna sell tickets, and if there are people that will come and buy them, then we will have a good show. If not, then we will not do that again.
Yeah.
So, because in the beginning, I didn't know, when I talked to my agent, I was without a manager for a while during this last couple months, and so, it happens, I guess, sometimes. But, so I was doing everything myself, which is probably why you had an easier time, because you didn't have to go through anybody.
I guess.
No, yeah, it just one person went to Kenny Weinstein and then went directly to me, and then I was just like, yeah, I'll do it.
Okay.
I know the station, I'll
Hopefully.
do it. Yeah, so it was quick.
Yeah.
Because normally there's a lot of things, managers have to deal with a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
They're not just one thing.
And I
so.
understand that,
Yeah.
yeah.
But this, I talked to my booking agent, and I said, what do you think about this venue in Asbury? I said, it's new, I've never been there. And I said, but it's a locally owned venue.
Yeah.
What do you think? Let's do a show. How big is it? And he told me it was 500. I said, all right, well, you think I could do it? He's like, I think so. I'm like, all right, let's do it. And then we did it, and then it just went.
And
it went in an hour.
The day,
we like,
day you sold out.
And we only tweeted it. We didn't even announce it. I just tweeted it from my account, and then it went.
Did you Instagram?
Maybe. I think I Instagram
That's
too.
usually how I get tickets
Yeah.
on Instagram.
And then he was like, "Do you want to do another one?" And I was like, "I knew you were gonna ask that." I'm like, "I don't know, man, because you don't want to try your luck, I still am not that at the point where I'm confident that I don't exactly know how successful I am or am not yet. I'm at that stage. I remember that with Gaslight, where you'd kind of be like, I don't know if kids are coming.
Yeah.
So it's weird.
Yeah, that's true.
So I'm still there.
Yeah.
Right now. I'm doing it again.
So that's good. I mean, can't be.
It's not a bad place to be.
It can't be that bad.
No,
right?
because you retain the excitement. If it does go well, like it did for this, then it still feels exciting. It doesn't feel like, all right, yeah, well, a bunch of other kids sold out the venue. Because it gets like that after a while. When you're in a band for 10 years and you just sort of expect, and every day becomes like the same thing. And honestly, that's no one's fault but our own. But I'm glad to have a chance to do it over and kind of learn a little humility.
Yeah, of course.
On the flip side,
Keeps you humble, right?
It does keep me humble, which I appreciate. I might have needed a couple of that,
Okay, so this album came out last March.
Yep.
So you're almost a year with this album.
Yeah, working on it.
And you actually started playing it before it released.
Yeah,
I was at your Delaware show.
Oh, cool.
And you played it live, and you were saying how it's a little nerve-wracking to play a whole brand new album to people that have never heard it.
Right. It's scary.
That was really great, awesome though. I mean,
Thank you.
I give you kudos for that.
I was scared because I was going out there and I wasn't playing anything that was familiar, and I was like, oh boy.
And it's your first one.
Yeah, and everybody was like, you gotta play Gaslight songs, and I was like, but it's not the band.
Yeah.
I was like, that's weird. Like, I don't wanna.
Yeah.
I don't wanna do that, because then it's not. Like, if the band's gonna play, let the band play the songs. Like, I don't wanna play them because I feel like it's weird. Now I feel a little, if it's acoustic thing, like play maybe a couple acoustic versions or something.
But you're not gonna
I'm not gonna have the new band play the old band songs. That's weird. It feels like cheating on your girlfriend. It's bizarre.
Exactly.
It's weird.
So, how would you say that you've grown from this whole year, this whole this tour, maybe even just from when you started doing solo stuff, even when you started working on it, how do you think you've grown as a performer or a songwriter or even as a person?
I mean, I think that I've learned a lot about what exactly it is that I do and how, you know, people say all the time like they're lucky to do what they do, but they don't mean it, because I've said, not all of them, some of them mean it,
Mm-hmm.
but like some of them definitely don't mean it.
Mm-hmm.
They're just saying that because they're supposed to. But I learned that like it could go bad.
Yeah.
So you better be very happy that it doesn't go bad when it doesn't. So it sort of taught me that, and that's sort of gone into other areas of my life, being like more appreciative of just different things. To get a second chance is wacky, you know. It's not. A lot of people don't get a second chance.
Yeah, I could see where that would be a little like scary.
Yeah.
A little nerve-wracking.
It's weird.
So, you're a Jersey boy.
Yeah,
You grew up in New Jersey.
I did.
And how did that, like, would you say, affect, you know, your music, your style? Like, do you think that it had a big influence on you? Like,
I didn't for a while, but then I realized that like I was somebody asked me like, what were you writing songs for? And I said, well, for me. But then for a minute I realized that I don't really write only for me. I kind of write for all the people that I knew growing up, like the construction worker that's, you know, having a 6-pack on a Sunday with a burger, you know, like those are the people that, you know, and the teachers that are, you know, making minimum wage or whatever the teachers make now. Those are the people, like the regular people that you see every day. Those are the people that I'm kind of writing songs for, and I think that's good. I think that they need that, and they like that.
Definitely, I think.
And I mean, I'm not the first one to do it, but you know.
No, but I think you're kind of more rare.
Well, I'm just carrying on a tradition. I'm not original in any way.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not like an original. I don't have like an original idea. I sort of saw, you know, not Bob Dylan, but because he's not doing the same thing. I saw Bruce Springsteen and Joe Strummer and even like Oasis, because they were like very, you know, Manchester working class, like those guys. Not the Beatles. I'm trying to think of like the bands, like, you know, the Jam.
Mm-hmm.
Like I just saw like these are regular guys. These are working class guys that are writing songs, and I'm just carrying on the tradition, because, you know, what happens if like someday like Bruce stops? Who's gonna remember that music? I mean, people are always gonna remember, but the younger generation might not know that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Eric Clapton talked about that with blues music. He was saying how he doesn't care about being original. He just wants to carry on the tradition and keep it alive.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, yeah, I guess so. Like Tom Petty would be in that mix too, you know.
Yeah, why not?
I love Tom Petty. It's good guy.
Okay, so then this probably goes kind of hand in hand, but like, what is so special for you about playing in New Jersey? Like, what is there a feeling that you get? Is there like, do you like, I don't know, want to kind of give back to your state? Is there just?
I don't know if I'm giving back, because it's just like I'm just doing a show, you know.
Yeah.
So like I don't know if it's like I don't think that I'm at the level where I'm like giving back. Like if the show was free, then I'd be giving back.
But is there anything that you would say is like special to you about?
Yeah,
playing?
because it's that this is the people that really showed the first faith. You know,
Mm-hmm.
they were the diehards. You know, like they really supported us. If they didn't support us here in New Jersey, we wouldn't be able to go play in, you know, in England or in Germany or even in Ohio.
Yeah.
You know, like, because we wouldn't have the confidence to do it.
Yeah.
So I think that, sure, it's special and it's hometown, you know, so it's cool.
All right. Cool.
Yeah, I like it.
Okay, so I know you mentioned in an interview about you don't put stories into songs, like, well, I shouldn't say it like that.
I do.
No, that's not what I mean.
Yeah.
I mean, like, when someone asks you what a song means, you generally don't.
Oh, yeah. Because I don't want to bum anybody out.
Yeah, could you explain that a little more?
Yeah, because people, when they listen to a song, or at least I do, I'd invent my own story that goes along with it. Like, I don't care about who, you know, I was just listening to Mary, Queen of Arkansas on the way.
Great song.
I was taking a shower and I
Yeah.
was listening to it right before I came here. And I don't care who Mary, Queen of Arkansas is, because in my mind, it's somebody I knew when I was in high school. And,
Yeah.
you know, and to me, I don't want to know what it's really about. Because what if it was about, like, his grandma? Or what if it was about, like, a dog? That would bum me out. Like, somebody said to me one time that Long May You Run was about Neil Young's dog. And that bummed me out. And they said it was about his car. And I got bummed because I was like, what?
Wow.
I'm like,
Yeah,
no, it's
that's
gotta
not-
be about a girl. Like, it has to be about
I
a
could see
girl,
where
or
that would
else,
bum me out.
you know.
Definitely.
But it makes sense though. Like, your chrome wheels shine in
Yeah.
the sun, and
Yeah.
maybe the Beach Boys have got you now. You know,
Yeah.
like, pretty funny.
No, but that would definitely bum me out too.
Yeah, I don't want to know.
there.
I don't want to know what the songs are about.
You're right. Okay, so then can you briefly describe your music making process? I don't know if that's hard to put into words, but
It is, because right now it's torturous. Because I'm writing another record now.
you're already starting.
I already started, so I'm like halfway through. Like,
And so maybe for this one, because I think you said about Painkillers that you kind of had just been like writing stuff down, and it was kind of like then you were like, okay, I'm gonna make this into
yeah,
right, and that was kind of more like free flowing. I don't know.
very. Yeah, I was cherry picking with that record, sort
Right.
of being like, I have this song that I wrote 2 years ago, and then this one that
Yeah.
I wrote yesterday.
Right.
So I was writing a lot, and then that was like, I even tried writing with other people just for fun. Like, truthfully, only because I saw that Tom Petty did that. So I was like, well, I've never done that. Let me try. And then, but for this one, it's like straight up, like, I got an idea, I'm gonna write a record, and it's gonna be like this, and it's gonna sound like that.
Okay.
And more like what I did with like Handwritten or 59 Sound. Like, I had like an idea. I was like,
Sat
this is
down
this
and-
record.
Okay.
There will be no variations. It's gonna sound like this. There's gonna be echo on the vocals, you know. And then like, same with Handwritten, I had like really, you know, I had like a plan beforehand. And with this one, I've got like a plan. But this one's also not. Like, Painkillers was more like an Americana record.
Mhm.
This one's not like that at all. It's
No.
it's more it's definitely more up tempo, and I'm
Okay.
getting into I've sort of flirted with soul music and like what I call R&B.
Wow.
Most people wouldn't call it R&B. They
Okay.
call R&B like Tony Braxton.
Yeah.
Or like whatever.
Mhm.
I call R&B like James Brown.
Okay.
You know, and so I flirted with it a lot, especially in the early Gaslight days with like Senor and the Queen, and you know, even on 59 Sound, there was like a little flirtation with soul music, and now I'm like, let me just see if I can do it. But instead of doing, like, I love that guy Nathaniel Ratcliffe and the Night Sweats.
Uh-huh.
I love what he's doing. I think he's so genuine about his like voice and everything. But he's doing it from like a real like Sam Cooke, like that kind of vibe. So what I'm trying to do is I'm into that stuff, but I never felt like I could do it well. So I'm looking over to the 60s British artists who did that. Like the Animals,
Okay.
like the Jam later on, and like the Box Tops, like they're from America, but still, same point. Like,
Yeah.
you know that song, like, Since My Baby She Wrote Me
Yeah.
a Letter, and like House of the Rising Sun, and like,
Good song.
those kind of things.
Yeah, and you guys
know?
covered House of Rising Sun.
We did. So I'm sort of going into that and looking around, even like the early Rolling Stones, like the stuff that like nobody remembers, like Heart of Stone and Time on My Side, like that kind of stuff. And I'm sort of going into that and saying, all right, what, you know, because it was a little more aggressive than the American stuff, and I feel that, you know, I was punk rocker when I came up. I'm not.
You want to bring it out a little bit?
A little bit more, yeah, like not like Gaslight style punk, but like more of like a soul thing. And I don't know, I feel like it's time for me to do that because it feels good, and I'm having fun with it, and it's also cool because people could dance to it. I like that.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the best. But I feel like at all of your shows, your solo tour and your Gaslight shows, like the crowd is always the energy is amazing.
Yeah, they're
to me,
happy, which is
like,
cool. I'm excited
and
about that.
they're not like, you know, punching each other and
No.
like hurting me. So.
No, not anymore, which is good.
Not anymore, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so I guess still though, your music making process. What do you?
Oh, right, the process.
I don't know if you could even.
Dude, it's like you sit down and you sort of get an idea of like what you're going for and like a vibe, and maybe, but then you just have to search. Like you have to just try things, and it is awful sometimes because it just doesn't go anywhere, and it's so frustrating. It would be like if you forgot how to say words all of a sudden, because you just, you know. But I'm not like, I don't sit around and wait for like inspiration to hit. I just kind of get.
That was my next question.
Nah, I just get to work. Because if I wait for inspiration, it'll take me 4 years to write a record.
Do you ever like feel that it's easier to write, you know, I don't know, when you're happy, when you're not happy, or when you're, or does that not really matter?
No, when I'm not stressed out, it's easier to
Okay.
write. Like when I have people calling me about legal situations, it's not fun.
Probably not.
Like last week. It's all good though.
Oh,
It's
no.
fun. No, I'm not in trouble.
That's good.
Music industry, full of lawyers. It's true. They're just full of lawyers, fighting over pennies.
So what should we expect from this next album? Like, should we expect it to, you know, sound one way? Because I know you were saying you're dipping into a different kind of sound.
Yeah, I would expect it to not sound the same as Painkillers or as anything. I would say, you know, the best thing I could describe it as is it sounds like everyone will say, "Oh, right, that." I didn't expect that, but that totally makes sense that he's doing that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's more one of those situations where you're like, as soon as you hear it, you're gonna go, "Oh, right, yeah, that thing, he did that, he was dipping his toes in that." You know, that's what one of my friends said. He was like, "You've been dipping your toes in that forever." He's like, "Nobody's gonna be that shocked."
Yeah.
He's like, "I didn't expect it, but it's cool."
Yeah.
And so I was like, "All right, cool."
Good. That's awesome. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, I am too. It's more up tempo than the last one.
Okay, so you're constantly mixing songs in concerts, at least.
Yeah.
I've heard a few.
Yep.
And so is there anything you've been listening to lately that you're going to start mixing around?
I don't know. I can't.
Or does it
I
just
can't
kinda
say.
happen?
Well, I do. I was trying to get that song by the Zombies, "The Time of the Season," in something. Like I was trying to like.
Okay.
You know, I love that song. I love that little riff in the beginning. It's great.
Yeah.
With that thing
That would be awesome.
It's super cool.
I could see you
like,
playing that too.
I love that.
I remember I was at a Terminal 5 show and you played, I don't know what, I think it was Great Expectations. It was with Gaslight, and you played Lady Gaga. You played Bad Romance into one of the songs, and I was like, everyone around me wasn't really getting it at first, and then I was like, oh my god, he's singing Lady Gaga, and I thought it was amazing.
I do. I like pop music.
No,
cool.
and it was just, but it worked so well.
Yeah.
Like, that's what I think was so great.
It's all music. It's just good.
Yeah.
You know, I like good music. I don't like boring music.
What kind of music do you like?
I like everything.
Everything?
Let's put it this way. Like I just bought that new song, that Black Beatles song. I bought that last month or something when it came out. I like. I also bought Harry Belafonte, you know, because it's that song from Beetlejuice. I really like that song, and the banana song. I love that one. And then, you know, I like whatever I hear that I think is good. There was this movie, The Accountant, that I watched it was Ben Affleck, and he was like an autistic guy who was also super smart and like also could, you know, was like an assassin, which is totally stupid that he was an assassin.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't enough that he was just super smart.
Yeah, right, exactly.
So they had to add the assassin in. But it was cool. And they played this song at the end called Trying to Leave Something Behind, and I just thought it was great. I thought it was a great song, so I sort of, I don't know who it's by, I can tell you, but it was really good, and I just got that, and I thought that was good. But that's like a folk song, and then I listen to everything. Like, let me find out who that guy is, because people want to know. Like right now, I have Iron Lion Zion from Bob Marley and the Wailers, and next to California Dreamin' from the Mamas and the Papas.
Oh, both good songs.
Yeah. A Whiter Shade of Pale by the Box Tops, Dark End of the Street from Greg Allman, a bunch of Rolling Stone stuff. This song called Slip Away by Clarence Carter. It's like an old soul song. And then this guy here, I will find him, Sean Rowe. It says To Leave Something Behind. It's a good song. Really good song. It's
cool.
it's about the environment, believe it or not.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but it can be taken 100 different ways.
Okay, awesome.
But it's cool.
I'll check it out.
If you said to me, you want to hear an environmental song, I'd be like, nope.
No, I do not.
No, I do not.
Okay, so what kind of stuff do you do, like, on your downtime? Like anything?
I don't have any downtime.
Never?
No, honestly, like, I haven't taken a vacation in years.
Okay, well, what about, like, when you have, I don't know, like, even a few minutes during the day? Is it, like, do you like, hang out? Do you take a nap?
No, I'm not a big napper, because I feel like the day has to get... I have a hard enough time getting up in the morning, because I get up really early with the kids, so I don't I don't like getting up early. I also don't like sleeping late, so I kind of punish myself for the whole day if I sleep too late. But what do? I do kid stuff. Like we do wrestle, play games,
hang out,
read a book,
Good.
Kid stuff.
Well, the reason I was asking was if there was anything that like helps you.
What,
I
right?
guess, yeah.
Listening to other music helps. Reading about other people's sorrow. Like when I'll Google Tom Petty writer's block, Bruce Springsteen writer's block, Noel Gallagher writer's block, Morrissey writer's block. Like I'll just Google Ryan Adams writer's block, and I'll just like see that they did that too, and then it makes me feel better, and then I never want to read the ones about like people having writer's block for a year. But I don't have writer's block because I'm always writing something. I just get really frustrated and think nothing's good enough. But on the upside, it helps me because I don't feel like in my career I've put out too many crap songs. I feel like there's not too many that are like real stinkers. And that's because I feel like I'm good at editing. I'm not trying to say they're all awesome. I'm just trying to say I don't have too many turkeys going out there. There's no any turkey bombs going out.
And you have a good group of people around you too.
Yeah.
You know? Like,
Yeah. I don't usually use them, but I just...
Not that I'm giving...
I don't.
Not that I'm not giving you all the credit.
I just... Hey.
I'm Morgan, I'm the owner.
Hey.
Hi, I'm Christine, the promoter.
Hey, how you guys doing?
Good, how are you?
Good. I'm in the middle of an interview, though.
Oh, sorry.
So I'm sorry, and I would love to meet you, but I will...
We'll
can
come
you...
back a little bit.
Okay,
Yeah.
sorry about that.
Enjoy.
Alright. Okay, what's your favorite song to play?
Oh, I don't have one.
None?
No, it changes. Like, it's too... There's too many. You know, I like a lot of them.
Is there one from Painkillers that you prefer?
No, they're not one. I like the ones that everybody else likes. You know, like on any given night.
Yeah.
Like I like that. I still feel that I'm not entirely playing just for me. I never really felt. No, because I don't care. I like all the songs.
Yeah.
Why do I
That's
want to
true.
play one?
That's
I
true.
don't care one or the other. I just want. What do you like?
That's true.
You know, but at the same time, I don't do too many requests, which is weird.
Touche,
Yeah.
there you go.
I don't do encores or requests.
That's the
Isn't that weird?
crossover.
No
Yeah.
encores, no requests.
Yeah.
There's a limit. I put fences up.
That's okay.
No.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with that.
No.
Okay, well, you've answered already the what's next question.
Okay.
So we're on Cookman Ave.
Yeah.
Should we expect to hear your Gaslight song that mentions Cookman?
I don't know. It
You
depends
don't
on
know?
my mood.
It depends on your
It
mood.
depends on my
Alright,
mood.
I'm gonna submit that request.
Because
then.
I'll yank it. You know,
I'm gonna
like,
submit
if I-
that request.
Yeah, if somebody's being a weirdo, I'll yank it out.
That was the first thing I thought of, though.
Yeah.
I was like, it's on Cookman? I was
Yeah.
like, Cookman?
Well, sometimes like sometimes you do what's expected, and sometimes you don't, and you have to balance that. That's a really fine balance.
Oh, I wasn't expecting it.
No, I'm just saying. Like,
Yeah.
it's a really you have to be delicate with that because you can't like. I hate it when you go see a band and they just never do what you want. But then I also hate it when they just do what you want.
That's true.
And then you're like, oh,
That's
yeah.
definitely true. Yeah, you're right.
It's such a weird thing.
You are totally
Fickle.
right.
Fickle it is.